Hello, welcome to the Eclectic Reader. Listen to great books and stories while you use your eyes and hands for other things. Now here's your host, Madison Mason.
Hi there, it's Madison Mason. I'm so glad you're enjoying the Gray Quarry Boys. Here's Chapter 45. The Gray Quarry Boys, Chapter 45, Marlene. Where Johnny Malcolm had gotten the urge to destroy the mailboxes along Highway 41, even he couldn't explain. It had just come to him one night on the way back from Jefferson City. The night was warm and soft, and you could hear the crickets of 1,000 farms over the rushing wind and the whining sound of Furlan Husky from the radio. Johnny had been fingering his purloined Louisville Slugger when the idea had struck him. "Slow down, goddammit, I want to try something." Slick slowed the truck to 40, and Johnny stood up, one knee on the seat, the other leg against the dash. He leaned his entire upper body out the window and swung at a passing mailbox. "Get closer, Slick!" Whoa, not that goddamn close." Slick edged the old Dodge over to the rim of the blacktop until he heard gravel spattering the mud pan underneath. Johnny took a swing and tore the head off the victim mailbox. He let out a whoop and fell back into the truck, laughing to the point of tears. "Did you see that? God damn! That was incredible! Damn! Let's see how many I can whomp in a row." And this was how it began. Johnny carved small notches in the barrel of the bat, which now numbered 87. He was going for 100 if it took the whole damn county. And now they were cruising along Highway 41, new silver mailboxes popping past in the headlights when they spotted that mallard, odd, alone, and dignified, flying silently in the night. "Stop! Back up!" "Oh, I want that sucker." Slick slammed on the brakes and the red lights lit up the darkness. He backed up 150 yards and put the truck in gear. "You ready?" Johnny stood one foot on the seat and dug his other foot on the floor. "Ready." Slick gunned the pickup and slid to the side of the road. Johnny hung out the window, winding up like Ted Williams. Wind whipped his face as a silent duck loomed out of the night. Ready, easy, go! Johnny swung with all his might. It was perfect. The Louisville Slugger met the flying duck with the combined speed of the truck and all the power Johnny's wiry body could muster. The mallard exploded into the night. Pieces of painted wood splintered over the truck and flew into the air as the Dodge sped past. Johnny fell back screaming, "Did you see that? Turn around, go back, I want to see what I've done. It'll be a long time before that old fart puts up anything like that again. Shit, I'm great." Slick spun around and back toward the scene of the massacre. In the approaching glare they could see the lone post where the duck had flown. Painted remnants scattered for yards on the ground, the aftermath of something, now pieces of nothing, a work of art destroyed. Johnny was on fire with excitement, his eyes bright flames in the yellow dashboard lights. "I killed that sumbitch! That fucker's flying days are over, man! Look at that paint on this bat! I slaughtered that bastard! Johnny's joyous cackle trailed off as the pickup headed through the darkness for Gray Quarry. "Baby, I'd love to see the look on their face when they find that dead-ass bird tomorrow. That was fun." In the farmhouse back in the fields, Herman turned out the lights as he helped Marlene gently up the stairs to bed. Bob Tuttle left early in the morning for Charlotte, so confident Ed Bratcher would keep things in control that he felt no particular need to hurry back. It would be nice to maybe have lunch there as well. On the seat next to him was an old shoebox he had rescued from his garage to carry the hacksaw blade and tissue paper. Charlotte was the only nearby city large enough to have a police crime lab. He'd called over and arranged for the lab to do a fingerprint analysis on the blade. He didn't deal much with the boys up there, and when he did, he didn't like it. They were even cockier than those highway cowboys with their silvered glasses. But he had a blade and a hunch, and it was worth following. Marlene was bent over in the sun, picking up the last shards of painted wood from the weeds on the side of the blistering road and didn't notice Mike Wiggins' mail truck pull up beside her. She wouldn't have seen him anyway through the sadness of her blurred vision as she tried to keep back her tears. How could they? How could they? "Oh, they got you again," was all he could say. "Oh, good morning, Mike." "Yes, I'm afraid so." Her voice trailed off in resigned confusion. "Here, Marlene, why don't you give me all that stuff? I'll throw it away for you when I pass the dump." "Oh, that's all right, dear. I'll just take it back to the house. Maybe Herman can fix it." Mike looked at the slivers of broken wood she carried in her arms like a baby. Herman was good with his hands all right, but no one would ever put that thing back together. "I'll take the mail down to the house, Miss Kay. You want to ride back down there?" No thanks. I'll be fine." She was looking off somewhere he couldn't see. Somewhere beyond the here, now, another place in her vision, possessed almost of an otherly spirit, an indefinable distant calling, at once comforting and sad. When Mike's truck pulled up to the house, Herman knew something was wrong. He walked out of the barn into the sunlight. "Morning, Mike. What are you doing here?" "Oh, you don't know? They hit your mailbox again last night." Herman gritted his teeth and snorted. "Confound them. They knocked it down again?" "Knock it down? They destroyed it, Herman." "Dirty dogs. What's coming of this world?" "I don't rightly know, I swear. Your wife's up there now. You think she should be out in this heat, feeling the way she does?" "Well, probably not, Mike, but I want her to do whatever makes her happy. Don't seem to make no difference now anyways. Long as she's happy, that's all I care about." "I lost Judy to cancer 7 years ago," Mike mused. "It's a terrible thing. Well, long as she's happy, that's all I care." Herman's eyes squinted as he glared hard and long across the distant wooded horizon. He was deep in himself, wrestling something down and struggling with it. "Better hold all our mail at the post office from now on, at least till we give you further notice. I'll pick it up there. Darn shame good people have to live this way." It was a half hour later when Herman began to miss her that he thought he should look for her. He was surprised that he could still run so fast when he saw her lying in their road, that road they had walked together, talking hand in hand for so many years. He rushed to her and knelt. He gently turned her over, surrounded by pieces of the broken mallard. Tears tracked through the dust from the road and abused her precious old face. She was breathing, but barely. When Charles Murphy heard his name called over and over, he thought he must have lost his mind. Mr. Kroll never yelled for him like that. Something was wrong. He ran out of the barn and saw in the distance the old man crouched on the ground, rocking his woman back and forth like a small child. Something was bad wrong. Charles ran as fast as his stiff legs would work. They took Marlene away in the red and white ambulance from the county hospital. She lay in the doctor's care for 5 days, but her independent spirit, the fire in her that Herman had first seen and delighted in, not only fought her disease but fought her doctors as well. She knew she was terminal, as the new phrase went. The wisdom of her nature was such that she lived her life in truth, without fear, and this truth she now exercised on her young medical team. Every day she insisted to be sent home, and every day they contested her desire in their presumed light of greater wisdom. But Marlene knew theory when she heard it. Friday morning, when the oncologist and his 2 interns were hovering around her bed, mumbling to each other, she told them the way things were going to be, not harshly or with any malice, just simply laid out on the table. "Now, boys," she put it softly, just as she would have spoken to her own sons, "we all know I don't have much life left to live. No, you let me talk. Now I can spend what little time I have here watching y'all puttering, or I can be in my home with the things I love and care about, and that's where I want to die, boys." She leveled those famous blue Minnesota eyes at the 3 white-clad open-mouthed medicals, and a big red and white ambulance returned her to her farm on Highway 41 first thing next morning. Marlene Kroll came home to die. Buddy heard Ralph come stumbling into the house as the sun was coming up. He looked out his bedroom window and saw a black and white squad car pull away from the curb as the front door slammed. He walked into the living room as Ralph was heading for the bedroom. "Hey, Ralph," he ventured sleepily. Ralph looked up at him with an air of disgust. "Hey, where's my mom?" "Your goddamn mom is in the goddamn jailhouse. That's where she's at," he snapped. "What do you mean? What's she doing in jail?" "Damn near killed a woman is what she's doing there. They want $25,000 bail. I ain't got no damn $25,000, son of a bitch." "Where?" "Over there to Jefferson. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm tired out, goddammit." Buddy stood speechless and watched him slam the door. He gulped a hurried bowl of cornflakes, dressed, and before the good Christian folk of Great Quarry were on their way to early church, Buddy James was out on 41 with his thumb in the air and headed for Jefferson City.
We hope you have enjoyed this episode of The Eclectic Reader. Please go on to the next numbered episode to continue. Also, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you'd like to help support the project, you can donate under Madison Mason at Patreon. And please check out our website, kltkrdr.com, for more information.
Hi, this is Madison Mason. I want to personally thank you for listening to The Eclectic Reader and invite you to share your experience, your thoughts, and your suggestions. We have many great books lined up for the future, but if you have requests for anything that is in the public domain, please email us at kltkrdr@gmail.com.
kltkrdr@gmail.com